creating high value labor. One of the issues of locavorism is legitimizing it. It appears reasonable to bring production down to the local level, to reduce supply chains. There's security in this and economic benefits. But the primary reason, the primary justification for the locavore position is increasing the value of labor. Now, this might not seem desirable to some. It might not even seem the proper basis on which to promote a locavore position. But high value labor is the key to the whole locavorian position. Now we can see that importing goods and services would reduce the pressure on wages, because the more goods and services and the cheaper these goods and services are that are imported, the less pressure there is on wages, the less need there is for labor. The same goes for immigration and higher birth rates. But the benefit of the locavorian position or economy is that it does put pressure on wages. This pressure is only disliked is when the linkage between the capital and the labor is broken, or it's at odds with each other. Capital and labor should be promoting each other. Labor should be promoting capital, and capital should be promoting labor or supporting labor. This can't be done in capitalism. It benefits a capitalist to import goods from other countries, regardless of the length of the supply chain, and it seems to benefit the consumer to have a cheaper product. And so there's this kind of conspiracy against the worker, the local worker who is making a product that is high quality but expensive, has a hard time selling this product simply because the wages of his compatriots are so low, because they're selling imported goods. They're working for minimum wage. They can't afford custom-made goods. And so they put their neighbor out of work, and the neighbor begins to sell imported goods as well. And so capitalism is not friendly to the locavorian position, because the capitalist position is to reduce the cost of labor, and the locavorian position, its foundation is to enhance the value of labor. And indeed, a key component of the locavorian economy is to create a living wage and by this is meant a wage standard to all um, businesses, to all sectors of the economy, in which everybody gets paid a minimum amount, preferentially over time. This minimum amount will become the standard wage for all persons in all sectors. This is a subject for a different video. But if the wage rate is given a minimum which all people earn, even unemployed, it would be very hard on the capitalist economy. And this isn't because the idea is wrong, it's because the capitalist way of doing things isn't right. It doesn't allow a proper economy to be built. If we went for a living wage, then it would be less viable to import things, because you couldn't adjust the wages down to compensate for the lack of demand. And when you increase the wage, because you've increased the value of the labor, the local economy can incorporate more of its own supply. It can begin to make more high-end goods and provide more high-end services because the demand is there, because the wage level is standardized. So a living wage, it's a key component of locavores, and this is something that needs to be pushed if you want to have localized supply. If you want to reduce supply lines, create a living wage. Very, very important.